What's up, guys? Tanner here, and this episode is a special episode from the Routemize launch party. So tune in. You're going to love the value shared by this presenter. And don't forget, check out Routemize. Routemize is live now. So go to routemize.com, ROUTEMIZE.com, and you can get a 14-day free trial of this amazing software that helps your customers instant book with you, of course, with route optimization built in. So if you're tired of the back and forth, if you have a VA running your business from the office and they don't quite know your landscape of where you live versus where you're going to be, and scheduling is a nightmare, Routemize solves that problem and makes it easy. But enjoy this presentation from the Routemize launch party. Thanks again for listening to the Contractor Secrets podcast. Lucas, my good friend, Lucas Jensen, he is the CEO and founder of Forward Media Marketing. He is a awesome fella, and he is sleeveless today. That should just highlight to you the energy that's about to come through your audio. He is a great guy. He runs our Facebook ads at Premium Painting. I endorse him fully. And I'm excited to hear what Lucas has to bring to you guys today. So Lucas, take it away, my man.
Dude, what is going on? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine.
Man, yeah, dude, I had to wear the cutoff because I was like, we gotta roll up the sleeves on this thing, dude. We gotta be fully transparent. I'm gonna show you guys some really, really cool stuff. But before I do, I want to talk a little bit about Routemize. Obviously, we're here for Routemize. I want to talk a little bit about Routemize. So, when Tanner first gave me showed me kind of what he had cooking up, I was like, dude, that is going to be insane, right? And obviously you face a lot of questions about it, like, is it going to work? Is it going to work with my schedule? How well does it work and things like that. So guys, before Tanner ever went live with this, he tested it out with his own dollars on his own account, and we ran all of his meta ads directly to Routemize. So what we did is we went through like a couple phases of the testing until we really, really found that sweet spot, right? Because with Facebook ads, it's like, even on your website, it's like the right questions that you ask. Even in sales, dude, you ask the right questions, you'll get the right answers that can lead you to the right conversion, right? So when Tanner first came to me with this idea, I was like, dude, that is crazy. We got to figure out a way to really, really make this work. So what we did is we plugged it in. We shut off all of our campaigns on Facebook, and we switched them up. Instead of going to a lead form, we went to Routemize. And then what we did over the next few days was, we just kept optimizing. We tried, with this question and this video prompt and all these different things. And then we found that winning formula. And dude, he was getting at a point, he went from like 2 appointments per day to like 5 a day. Like it was nuts, man. He almost blocked me with all the notifications coming on because it was just like bang, bang, bang. Like, dude, it was crazy. So guys, what I want to say is like, this isn't just a platform. This is something that's been properly strategized and tested again and again and again and again until it finds that right formula. And what Tanner does is he can actually help create little default templates that this is what we use for all of our clients. Now, obviously you can kind of control and you can adjust the questions to increase friction, change up certain things here and there. But Tanner, dude, all the stuff we have going for Tanner works tremendously. And if you're not on Routemize, I highly, highly recommend you get on Routemize. But I got some cooking up here for you guys. So first of all, thanks to Tanner, thanks to Eli. You guys always hold it down. And I'm going to share my screen and show you guys what I got. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we're good, man. It looks good.
Dude, you look good, bro. Look at this picture of you, bro. This was at a wedding in Florida. Okay. So, dude, Tanner in a bow tie goes crazy. And I was in a suit here. So I was like, I was in a suit in this picture. So I got to swap it up and I got to go a little bit less formal here. Okay. So, today I'm going to show you guys how to optimize your ads, not for leads, but for appointments. Okay. Because if you think about advertising in general, what is the goal of advertising? Is to get more clients, right? It's not to get more leads. It's not to get more appointments. It's to get more clients. Now, in that process, there are really 3 steps. Okay. There's the lead, there's the appointment, then there's the sale. Now, what is really, really cool with Routemize is that kind of cuts that down, right? So you're not getting lead, you're getting an appointment. And you still, let's say someone fills out the form and they don't fully convert into an appointment and put their address, like you can still retain that information and keep that as a lead and then nurture them on the back end. But basically, you're optimizing for appointments. So you're cutting that sales timeline down, right? From lead, appointment to sale to now just appointment sale. Right. So I'm going to show you guys kind of how to optimize that. I'm going to show you guys like real data, everything that we've been doing, what we got going for Tanner, what we got going for so many other clients that are, signed up with Routemize and are just killing it. So before we dive into that, actually, I got a couple little wins to share with you guys. Okay. So this picture, like, yeah, we look great, but to be honest, this is AI. This one here is actually the real photo. And basically it was like, Tanner, this is like Tanner's, first day of Routemize launch, right? Like he's got his lunchbox and dude, he's looking good, right? So this is the real photo here. I just AI did the other one. And I got this other one and I saw Brad in the comments. So I was like, dude, I had this really good picture with Brad and I really had to show you guys because it's so cool. So this is Brad Ellison. Dude, Brad is the freaking man. If you guys don't know Brad, I highly recommend it. Like what he lacks in pickleball skills, he makes up for in an incredible personality and he's super helpful. So guys, Brad Ellison is in the house, dude. Brad, I love you, brother. You're so cool, dude. But yeah, man. So this is dude, this is kicking off. Okay. So today I'm going to show you how to, number one, increase the appointments on your calendar. Number two, how to decrease your overall cost of marketing. And number three, increase your revenue and cash flow starting today. Dude, I know Brad's like, dude, I texted him before. I was like, hey, bro, stick around. I got you in my intro. So I just want to see here. Oh, he hit me with the wow. Dude, Brad, come on. You know it's all out of love, dude. Come on. So, okay, guys, I'm going to show you increase the appointments on your calendar, decrease your overall cost of marketing, and increase your revenue and cash flow starting today. Not tomorrow, not freaking next quarter. I'm talking about today, guys. Today, okay? So before we get in, my name is Lucas Jensen. I'm the owner and founder of Forward Media Marketing. Right now, we're actively partnered with over 175 contractors. Majority is painting, but we do have some flooring. We do have some concrete coating. We do have some brick and masonry, but the majority is painting, okay? So I got the sleeveless here too, actually. So we're on brand. Okay. Glenn was talking about trust. That's branding right there. That's cohesiveness. Now, real quick about the results that we get for our clients. That's why you guys are here. You might be like, yo, what do you guys know about Facebook ads? So every single week, just from Facebook ads, our clients are adding over $1.5 million just from the leads that we send them, right? It used to be leads. Now it's going to be appointments through Routemize. But just through the contact informations that we send them from Facebook ads, they add over $1.5 million every single week. I believe we just hit our record not too long ago. I think it was just shy of 2 million. And yeah, so things are pumping, things are moving in the right direction. Now is like the best time to advertise, obviously, just because like if you look at the overall supply and demand of painting, right now is like the peak season for demand of homeowners in your area, according to like Sherwin-Williams paint sales, Benjamin Moore paint sales, things like that. So, right now it's like going up. So it's like a fantastic time. So I'm also the founder of PaintCon. So I started PaintCon back in November of 2024. So I came from the PCA. I love the PCA so much. My team and I were fully remote. So I never really get to see clients. I don't get to see my team. I don't get to see clients. So I was like, dude, the PCA Expo was so sick. I was like, I want to do something in person. And I want to do something with our clients. So we hosted our first ever one in San Diego in November of 2024. And we had 80 people, roughly 80 people that came. Now, this was the venue here. So 2024, we had 80 attendees. We did it again in 2025, and we grew it to over 300. Out of those 80, around 6 didn't come back. So it was either stuff going on, or it was a sales rep, or even babies. Some were expecting babies. So out of those 80, only 6 didn't come back, where we had over 300 in 2025. And in 2026, we're anticipating over 1,000, and we're approaching the halfway sold out mark, which is really fun because now we're just about 4 months out from it. So things are moving, God's moving, and it's just such a blessing. Okay. So in 2 years, we scaled PaintCon from 0 to now going to be one of the largest events. So it's going to be really fun. And I hope to see all you guys here. So, okay. Now let me talk about the stats. Guys. Okay. So this month alone, across our entire roster, we have spent over $287,000 on Facebook ads. Okay. And it's, gosh, what are we today? July 17th. So halfway done the month. So we'll probably end off somewhere around 500-ish thousand. That's kind of what we spend, is like $500,000 on ads every month for our clients. So we spent 287. We brought them directly $3.8 million back in new sales, which generated an average blended ROAS of 12.91x, right? So $12 in, 91 cents out. $1 in, $12.91 out. There we go. So I'm going to talk to you about three reasons why every single person in here, if you're a contractor, I don't care if you're painting, I don't care if you're epoxy, I don't care what kind of contractor you are, a pool builder. Here's why every single contractor in here, on here, needs Facebook ads. Okay. 3.58 billion active users on the platform right now, every single month. Okay. So this is actually Q4 2025. So it might be a little bit more or a little bit less. I might now, but it's around 3.58 billion with a B. Okay. So with that being said, out of those 3.58 billion, around 47.1% of those 3.58 billion are within the average age demographic of your ideal customer, right? So 35 to 54 is kind of like that sweet spot. So around 47.1% are in your average age demographic. Okay. So there's that saying, it's like you got to be wherever your customers are hanging out. So if that's on a platform, then that's on a platform. If that's in a networking event, then that's in a networking event. You just need to you need to surround yourself and you need to basically be a part of wherever your clients are, because wherever they are, that brings eyeballs, and where eyeballs brings, that brings traffic. Okay. And then obviously traffic brings conversions. So your goal as a business owner should be how can I immerse myself fully into wherever my customers are? And yes, Facebook's great, but there's a lot of other great platforms. BNI, networking, there's a lot of really, really cool stuff. What Glenn has with like his networking event with all the other contractors, that's fantastic, because that's going to actually lead to referrals, because now they're getting in rooms with people that are your ideal customer and they could just push business your way and you're like a trusted contractor, which is fantastic. So I love that. And I love that Glenn's doing that. But essentially you need to be wherever your buyers are hanging out. Okay. Now, the second reason is cost. So according to overall average statistics, the cost per lead on Meta is roughly 50% of what it is on Google. Now, the difference obviously is the overall intent, right? So Google is actively searching house painters near me, interior painting in Indiana, so on and so forth, right? So the intent on Google is significantly stronger than on Facebook. However, there are some benefits to Meta that you can't really swing so much on Google. So the first one being is, we heard about like the celebrity codex matrix stuff, right? But what essentially that is branding. Okay. It's at the end of the day, people don't buy from businesses, they buy from people. And those people obviously run those businesses. So the branding aspect is that personality or that personal branding side, right? So it's people will remember a face and they'll remember a voice and they'll remember how you made them feel more than a logo or anything like that, right? So on Google, it's you're really capturing that high intent traffic. However, most websites say 5 to 10% conversion rate, which means 90 to 95% of that Google traffic, it doesn't convert on your website. So you can implement some remarketing strategies on Google to recapture them, right? They could have gotten a phone call. They could have gone doing this and that and whatever when they were searching. You can now just reping them and just keep hammering them with follow-ups on Meta and then swing in with videos and things like that. I'll show you guys a lot of really cool stuff that's been working. But overall, the cost of marketing is significantly lower on Meta compared to other platforms. And this is like that celebrity thing I was telling you about, right? So we get clients telling us all the time, like, dude, I get recognized. But the really, really important side is that buyer's consistency, right? So a confused mind will always say no. So if you can have buyer's consistency through your advertising down to your sale, your conversion rates will naturally increase. So Glenn, we run all of Glenn's ads. And what we do is we tag every time like he has one of his sales reps or whatever in the ads. What we do is we actually tag it by name and send it into his CRM. And then he automatically schedules that appointment with that sales rep so that they basically signed up, they bought from, signing out a lead form, right? A buyer is a buyer is a buyer. So they kind of technically already bought from the company. They bought into the company by filling out that lead form. And now Zach shows up, bang, shows up at the door, and that person already recognizes him because he's been on ads. Right. So that buyer consistency is really, really huge. If you can find a way to kind of replicate that side, Glenn is such a smart dude. If you can find a way to replicate that side of like, if you have a sales rep in the ad and tie that down to the appointment, dude, it's going to be lights out. Overall conversion rates will be huge, 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 huge. Okay. So this is the real data. So this is, again, July 2026. So this is up until, I want to say yesterday. I just kind of tried to give like as much accurate data as possible. So again, 287.2K in ad spend. We got 3,000, just under 3.4K in leads, $84 cost per lead, 1,800 appointments, 55% set rate, 152% cost per appointment, 556 closes, 30% close rate, $516 cost per close, $3.7 million in revenue. ROAS 12.88 and average job size of 6.6. Now, with that being said, a lot of these appointments that are being scheduled, like someone scheduled yesterday for today, for example, that's why that close rate. But we typically see around like 35 to 40% close rate, unless you're like Durant. And dude, I call Durant Alcatraz. He's gonna be he's gonna be presenting later, but dude, he's like Alcatraz. Like he gets in your door, dude, nobody's escaping because he's just closing deals. Like he's coming there for freaking credit cards, you know, like he's he's on it, man. So I want to show you guys real quick about how we turn $1 into 1288, and I'm going to go really, really deep into this stuff. But overall, just drop a quick one if you're with me. I don't know if you guys are still asleep. I know it's 2 p.m. or 2:30 on a Friday, but I want to get a quick one in the chat if you guys are with me. Dude, Durant won, bro, closing us. There he goes. There he goes. He put 7 ones. That's 7 figures, dude. That's like his next month coming up. Awesome. 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 All right. All right. We got Justin Geo in the chat too. Let's freaking go. Okay. So today, number one, first thing I'm going to show you, increase the appointments on your calendar. Okay. So how you're going to do this is I'm going to break it down into 3 steps. 3 super, super simple steps. Okay. Now I need you guys to grab a pen and paper and take note because, obviously you could grab the recording and stuff like when you sign up with Routemize after, but just in case like, you have other stuff going on, I don't want you to miss anything. So grab a quick pen and paper, take notes because I'm going to go through these really, really quick and I don't want you to miss this. Okay. So step 1 is creative optimization. So what you say and what you show are really what matters the most in the Facebook ads, right? Yes, you could target. Yes, you could do all this stuff, but what you say and what you show, the level of the content that you're outputting is going to be a huge predictor of who's going to be seeing the ad. Right? If you put up low quality stuff, you're going to get low quality leads. If you put up high quality stuff, full interior, full exterior repaints, you're going to get that type of lead. So the quality of your output is the quality of your input is in direct relation to the result of the output. Okay. So here's a few angles that are absolutely crushing it right now. We got Tanner. This is like direct call to action vertical videos. So don't go horizontal. Don't do that stuff on Facebook. What I want to do is like Facebook is like real estate. Okay. When you're buying an ad placement, you're essentially buying a real estate. I want to occupy as much real estate as possible. Okay. So vertical videos, fantastic because like horizontal will be like this, vertical will be like this. So always go vertical, number one. Selfie style stuff. This is huge. Okay. So we got Tanner here. We got my man, Justin Geo, dude. Look at that. Look at that smile, bro. What a freaking stud. High Five Painting, fantastic brand, fantastic rebrand. Also runs a fantastic coaching program. We got Mr. Durant, dude. He's just the closer, bro. He's like Kawhi Leonard coming back to the Raptors. He's gonna win the championship, dude. We got Satori here. He's fantastic. A lot of you guys probably follow him on social media, but he's fantastic with his overall content. But overall, the direct call to action vertical videos are typically what we see perform exceptionally well. But I'm gonna show you guys something that is actually gonna kind of shake it up a little bit, okay? And that's kind of based on our studies, also Alex Hormozi studies, and a few other things, okay? Number 2 is transformational content. So basically, if you have, they have time lapses and things like that, you could set up a tripod and just rip, and that whole thing will be time lapse, or even little like process shots of throughout the duration. Those are typically very, very satisfying. So transformation content performs exceptionally well. Process videos. This one is huge because people love to see the process. They know you're painting a house, but sometimes they have questions about, what does that overall process look like? So a really good marketing angle, and this is what we're actually going to be running for PaintCon, right? Because we're running PaintCon, we're doing ticket sales and things like that, is we're transcripting the biggest objections that we currently get on the phone, okay? So there's like really like top 3 to 5 that we typically experience. And obviously we have word tracks, objection handle that and all that. But what we're doing is we're dissecting that and creating kind of a marketing video that objection handles that already, right? So then some people are showing up and that objection handle is already squashed, right? So that process of like, how long is it going to take? What's the next steps? What's all this? You could kind of squash that objection through your marketing by showing the overall process. Right. So the stronger your marketing, the bigger the lift that's going to do, the higher your conversion rates will naturally be. Okay. Statics. This is something that's just been cranking recently. Okay. Now you might be like, oh, you just said videos work really, really well, but statics are really, really, I don't know, dude. I don't know what it is, but they just really convert. So, I was talking with Mark, who's part of the Hi-Fi painting team with Justin. And we're going through, so we have Pulse, which tracks like all the actual attributions and trackings and conversions from each ad. And the majority of the sales were coming from static ads, right? So the natural instinct's like, dude, crank statics and keep going. However, the statics could be the thing that converts, but the videos could be the thing that builds the trust and kind of primes them up for the sale, and then they just convert on the static. So really what it comes down to is just creative diversification. You just need a whole plethora of different types of ads, some that squash objections, some that introduce yourself, some that build the brand, statics that show the transformation, statics that show the team, like these ones right here. So basically statics, you should always have these in your repertoire for the ads. And like, yes, they're like easier and stuff like that, but they absolutely crush. Like if you look at Alex Hermosi, I mean, dude, he's probably spending like hundreds and hundreds of $1,000s a month. He really has like 80% of them are statics right now. So statics are kind of really cranking. So it's interesting. However, don't neglect videos because like I said, just because they're converting on a static doesn't mean the static's the only thing that's working. They could convert technically in their mind on a video and then just seal the deal on the static. Wide angle process shots. These ones work really, really well. Job site walkthroughs. These are my favorite. So Tanner had a really, really good one. A lot of our clients do a lot of good ones, but basically overall, again, this is kind of like a process side. So walking through A to Z about the overall, when you have like an active job going on, you could kind of plant this seed in the mind of someone seeing the ad about what that would look like in their house. So process or job site walkthroughs work fantastic. Number two, sales optimization. So you need to make sure your dollars are spent on the right things. We all know cost of marketing, and we typically factor that in, and it's just like a blended cost of marketing with agency fees and things like this. But the more in tune you can get with your cost of marketing, the higher profitability you'll have and the higher results you'll have. Okay, so what we do is we track every single ad, every single lead, every single close, every single dollar for our clients. So this is Pulse. This is our platform. So this client right here, this is last month. He spent 4.5K and brought in 150.4 in revenue. So about 33x ROAS. But what we do, which is really, really cool, is we can see exactly which of those sales are coming from which specific ad, right? So this is Duranta right here. Like I said, dude, closer, crazy, bro. Huge, big dog, dude. So unlimited painting, right? So we see the exact spend for this ad, right? 743 spent. How many leads? We have the cost per lead, the appointments, the set rate, the cost per appointment, 3 closes, close rate, cost per close, revenue, ROAS, average job size, right? So it's like the thing with this is if you have two ads going, one of them has a $100 cost per lead, the other one has a $25. The natural instinct is to kill the 100, focus on the 20 because you'll get 4 times as many leads. The issue with that is what happens if those $100 leads are your ideal client. And by killing that, by focusing on CPL, which is the lowest lever, like Glenn was saying, CPL doesn't really matter too much. It's about like the output. So by focusing on CPL, which is the lowest lever metric in marketing, you're killing something or could potentially be killing something that's really yielding the most revenue for your company, right? So by tracking it down to each specific ad, you'll have more clarity and you can move forward stronger with better margins. Another thing we do is we track day of week and time of day. Sorry?
About 6 minutes.
6 minutes, dude?
Come on,
Bro,
now.
come on, dude. I only need freaking 3.5. Let's go.
There we go. Let's go.
Day of week. So what we do is we track every single day, right? If clients like, hey, set rate's so low, and we're like, yeah, dude, you're not calling leads on a weekend, bro. Your business pays rent on a weekend. Call a dang lead on a weekend, right? Time of day. Sometimes if we see like a slow amount of leads coming in through certain times of the day, what we do is we shift to a lifetime budget and we control the hours that are spent on this day. So we're just kind of spending the exact same amount. It's just like more concentrated in specific hours. And then overall, we just want to make sure that we're trending up and to the right month over month over month. Okay. Number 3, this one is my favorite. So speed optimization. The faster you get to it, the faster they close and the higher percentage you will have of them closing. Okay. Read that again. The faster you get to a lead, the faster they'll close and the higher percentage you will have of closing that deal. Speed is the name of the game. Okay. So there's really 4 steps to a sale from a lead. And dude, shout out to Justin because these are Justin's stats. His team is freaking dialed. So he's coming up. I think he's next, but he's coming up and he's going to share some stuff. But look at this, dude. This is his average lead to appointment set time is 0.9 days. So when a lead comes in, obviously their team's on it, but it typically takes them over the last 30 days on average, 0.9 days to turn a lead into an appointment, right? Then it takes them from the lead when a lead came in to the appointment date. Right. So it's like, I filled out a form today with XYZ painting. How long does it take? When is the set date? Right. So if the set date's on Monday, then it's technically 3 days, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then on the Monday. Okay. So his average lead to appointment date is 3.4. Average appointment set to sale, which means are you closing on the spot, or how long does it really take you after you meet with me on Monday? When do I become a buyer, right? So the average time is 3.7. And then after that, the average appointment date to sale time is 1.9, right? So the set date was Friday, showed up Monday, and then I bought on a few days after. But look, dude, look at this. 1.9, bro. 1.9, dude. It's taken his team 1.9 days to close a deal once they get in front of him. Dude, dialed, okay? Now, look at this. 3.9 days average lead to sale. If Justin's team gets a lead today, more often than not, they're freaking closing it by Tuesday. Tuesday, dude. That's crazy. You know, and obviously, like, it's because his schedule's so slammed that I know he would, like, push it up if he could. But Tuesday's still phenomenal, bro. How many times are you guys just delaying it? Like, oh yeah, it's Monday today. I can get to it on Friday. And then guess what happens? They get hit with so many different ads between then. Maybe they talk to their friends and their family and they got their freaking uncle who owns a dang paintbrush and he's like, I'll come do it for you instead. The faster you can turn a lead into a sale, the higher your profitability will be, and the more you can allocate back into your marketing because you are more profitable. You are not spending more money on ads or leads that are just not converting. You don't have an admin that's constantly following up and spending their time and effort following up when something's not going to convert. If you can close the gap, like that is the number one predictor of success is speed. If you can convert a lead into a deal faster, you will be 100% more profitable. Okay? Like the faster you can turn one of your marketing dollars into a cash generating client, the stronger your bottom line will be. Okay? Again, especially if you're taking deposits, because now you just turned a $50 lead into a $3,000 average job size with, say you take 50% deposits, 1,500 bang, right there, right? So the biggest predictor of success is speed. The clients that we see perform the best are the ones that move a lead down to a sale as fast as possible. Now, obviously, you're going to have some people that take their, drag their feet a little bit and close in and stuff like that. But the faster you can turn a lead into a sale, the more profitable you'll be, the more money you'll make, the stronger your bottom line will be, and the more you can allocate in marketing to get even more clients. Okay, so dude, shout out to Justin. His team's dialed. So, guys, what I love about Routemize is, remember I was saying there's really three stages. There's lead, appointment, sale. What Routemize does is it cuts the lead and it's just appointment sale, right? So someone schedules, bang, that's like the lead date, right? And then if they schedule from 2 days from now, I would highly recommend you only have your calendar open about 3 days in advance, because like I said, you got to close that gap. When like if you book with us, we only have like 2 days in advance, just because like I want to get your commitment sooner than later, because that marketing dollar is like much attributed much faster. Okay. So we got, Routemize gently caressing Zuckerberg in the back here because it's such a good fit, dude. This is like, bro, meta ads with Routemize is like a freaking sugar mama. Like this increases speed from ad spend to cash collected over and over and over. And we are doing this for so many different clients and it's working fantastically. Okay. So like I said, speed is the name of the game. If you can turn a lead into a sale much faster, you will win. You don't have your competitors, creeping up your ankles trying to close that deal because you already got to it. You already quoted them. You already closed it. Speed is the name of the game. Okay. The real secret here, guys, is literally just to get started. Okay. There's so many things you can do. But more often than not, you can be just one action away from your next $1 million. You can be one video, one ad, one offer, one action, one webinar. Okay. One event. You can literally just be one single action away from your next $1 million. If I can focus on anything here, I'd say speed, number one. Number two is content. And then number three is optimizing the sales process after that. But overall, you guys just got to take action daily. Like it's freaking almost 3 p.m. I hope you guys are taking notes and taking action and not just being here, taking notes and not doing anything, but you're actually taking action, because the action is the thing that moves the needle. Okay. Not the notes. It's not your note journal. It's not whatever, right? That stuff doesn't affect anything. If nothing changes, nothing changes. Okay. Action is the thing that moves the needle. Action is the thing that changes. Okay. So here's what I got for you guys. I know time's up, but all that content that I was telling you about, like all those stuff, the statics, the videos, the process walkthroughs, job site walkthroughs, all of that stuff, selfie videos, all of that, I'm giving to you guys for completely free. Okay. So if you scan this, you're going to get like this huge PDF. I think it's like 20 pages or something like that. And it's literally the content that we track that's attributing sales that works fantastically. Okay. So take your phones out, scan this. And guys, it's super simple. You go through, there's little screenshots. You click those screenshots, it'll show you the actual ads that are running. And it works really, really well. Okay. Number two, what we have is for the next 3 people on that, after you download it, you're going to see like a basically a calendar. Okay. That's our team's calendar. Once you grab this bundle, once you grab this content playbook, schedule a call with our team, because for the first 3 people who schedule with us and sign up with us, where you want us to like implement this full strategy for you, what we're doing is I'm personally going to cover your next 6 months of Routemize. Okay, so you get Routemize for free for the next 6 months. We'll plug our meta ad systems right into Routemize for you. Plus, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a free ticket to PaintCon. Okay, so that's only for the first 3 people. Like I said, it's action, and I want to reward the action takers. Okay, so scan this, grab this. This is completely free. And then if you want to work with us, if you want us to take care of all this, if you want us to scale the crap out of your business, if you want us to freaking put you on a leaderboard where you just keep pushing and growing, book your call. Top 3 people. Okay, first 3 people only. You will get a 6-month credit on Routemize that I'm covering for you. You'll get a free ticket to PaintCon, and I promise you we're going to change your life. Okay? That's all. That's all I got.
Dude,
Done.
let go,
Dude,
guys.
come on.
Just as I say to my team, holy buckets, bringing the value, guys. First 3, take action, do it, sign up, just get it done. I mean, look at what Lucas just laid down for in front of you. They're just ready to pick it up. Love it, Lucas. Thank you so much. As always, it's a great time to have you on. Good seeing you. Thanks for bringing the value, and of course, thanks for blessing the team here, blessing the people who have stuck around all the way into mid-afternoon with an amazing offer. So, man, love it. Thank you so much. Stick around in the chat for a little bit, guys. Throw out any questions you might have to Lucas. I'm sure he'll answer them for you if he can. But guys, awesome. Thank you so much, Lucas. Appreciate you. And dude, we'll see you at PaintCon.
Yeah, bro. Can't wait. Can't wait, man. And Justin, dude, Justin's up next. You guys got to stick around for that. But yeah, Eli, Tanner, appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on here. Everyone else, thanks for giving me your time and blessing me with your time. And yeah, let's go freaking make some revenue records. Come.
That's right. Let's go. Love it, man. Awesome. All right. Thanks, Lucas. Appreciate you, brother.